officially day one of Knobcon. We are headed towards the, I guess, exhibition hall or whatever it is. I thought it was here this morning at the place where it was last night, but it wasn't. It was empty. Oh my. Here we are. Gotta check out the Hydra. Wow, that's cool.
I think a lot of it's kind of the intent is. It's like if someone is like the intent.
So we are here with Cory from Modbat Modular. What is up, Cory, man?
Yo, what's going on?
Is this your, what is this digging in the wires?
Digging in the Wires is limited edition vinyl, and it's got like, it's basically a Modbat compilation. Digging in the Wires kind of like a play on Digging in the Crates.
Nice.
It's a double LP white vinyl, and it has almost 20 Modbat producers on there, with everybody from myself to Voltage Controller to Ski Beats.
Oh man, I'll have to.
Yeah, it's just it's a ton of really dope cats on there.
Is it also online?
It's also online, available at beatpeople.bandcamp.com.
Sweet,
and
man.
This is the limited edition vinyl.
And I see you have a new little case.
So I got these Modbat cases. It's basically 20 HP, and like you see this pod here. I did it because, you know, it's perfect. This is a perfect companion type of case.
Right.
And you know what I'm saying? When you're playing beats, it's easy to just have this sitting next to your drum machine or whatever it might be to kind of add that extra flavor. And now even with the new one, it fits right there in that thing too. So
you got two power cables, so that's nice.
Yep, it comes with power.
That's always good.
Yeah. So you can automatically get the two modules if it fits in 20 HP. And yeah, it's just a dope little case, and you can chain them together too.
Oh, nice.
Right? So you can have a couple of them sitting next to each other and put a barrel connector and just use one power. Nice,
man. So we saw you have a new module, the Osiris.
Osiris, kid.
I heard this yesterday, man. That was fire.
Yeah.
That was fire. We're gonna do an audio in a minute, but why don't you tell us about it a bit?
So Osiris is a bi-fidelity wavetable oscillator, and the reason I call it bi-fidelity is because it runs at 96 kilohertz, but you also have this fidelity control that goes into lo-fi. It's not just a bit crusher, it introduces like sample jitter, phase drift, and some resolution reduction, kind of like old drum machine samplers, Amiga computers and stuff. So it's a really musical sort of lo-fi. Then it has these timbre modes. There's 6 of them. Bend, sync, unison, fold, noise. And then there's FM modes, FM1 through FM8. You have a sub-oscillator, and it's also an independent sub-oscillator. So it's kind of duality. You can either use it to add weight to the main wavetable, or you can throw a pitch into the sub-volt per octave and use it like a separate oscillator. And then so it has its own volume, its own output. So this is really like either one very powerful oscillator or two very powerful oscillators.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
And the fact that it has like CV and gate, like not needing anything else.
Yeah.
Like that's so needed.
Exactly. So you know, you could just, right there is just CV and gate, and then you have your mix out, and you have everything you need. You also have a little trigger.
You guys hear that already?
So you could probably get some percussive and sort of plucky sort of sounds out of it.
Oh, I love
You
that.
can audition them ahead of time, right? And then you can kind of open that up. Right? And the cool thing about that is because I'm always thinking of the beat maker, no matter what genre. You can take this and just have it as a companion with your drum machine and sample like that. Right? Just do your Flux and sample and create all kinds of stuff. But obviously,
oh yeah.
Right?
We are here with Jim from 512, and he's going to show us his awesome sequencer. We've heard very good things about this.
Yeah, this is the Vector Sequencer. It's a digital sequencer for Eurorack with an analog style control format. We have these two large OLED displays with 8 encoders below and one more to the left for editing values. So you just edit your pitch values. You get actual note names. It's very easy to work with. You can use encoder 9 to edit all of them as a group.
So you can make scales with it.
Yep, you can set a global key and scale. You can have set up everything quantized to a scale or not. You can set that on a per part basis. There are 8 parts. We have lots of I/O. On board we have CV and MIDI I/O along the top. On the expander we have more inputs and outputs. All the I/O is freely assignable, so you can say, oh, I want to put part 1 on pitch and gate 1, or you can say I want to put part 1 on pitch and gate 1 and also have a trigger coming out for part 1. I have a drum part here coming out of MIDI 2. I could have that coming out instead on triggers or on USB MIDI.
Wow. So how many modules could you technically sequence with it? How many sound sources?
There are 8 parts. You could double parts if you wanted.
Okay, so each of these could be CV and gate if you wanted them?
Yeah.
Okay, wow.
So like normally pitch gate velocity, this is for part 1, pitch gate velocity for part 2, as labeled on the expander 3, 4, 5, 6 gives you 6 monophonic parts with 3 CVs each. And then you've got 8 triggers that can be, the top 4 can be input or output, so you can use an external clock to drive an individual part, or to say a reset or something. Or you can have them as outputs to manually drive drum modules. You can use MIDI out to drive parts. You could send all 8 parts over MIDI if you wanted. We have MIDI on 3.5mm TRS jacks on board. We have DIN MIDI on the expander, and we also have both variations of USB MIDI.
Wow, okay. That's a lot.
Yeah.
That's awesome though.
Lots of edit options. So we've got pitch notes, pitch glide.
So is it like, how many patterns? How does it work?
So of the 8 parts, each part can have up to 20 presets with a 16-step pattern.
Okay.
If you set up 32 or 64 note patterns, you get fewer presets. You can also, there's a preset playlist, so you can...
But you can expand to 64 steps.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. The playlist actually makes it easy. Like if you want to mix between 16-step and 64-step patterns, you can set up,
So
say...
like a song mode, kind of?
Yeah, you can set up a couple 16-step patterns, and then I can go and say part 3, play for 1 bar, go to preset 2, sorry, go to preset 4, play for 1 bar, go back to preset 3, repeat that infinitely, make sure the playlist is on, trigger preset 3.
Can we hear it?
Yeah.
We're gonna be checking out the new Hydra synth. So what is this baby called?
So this is the Hydra Synth Explorer, and this is our complete Hydra Synth engine in a battery-powered synthesizer with 37 semi-weighted polyphonic aftertouch polytouch keybed. So this is the only semi-weighted mid-sized keybed on the market, let alone to have polyphonic aftertouch. The body is a plastic body, but the whole undercarriage is completely solid metal. So there's no flexing in the keybed. When you play it, it feels solid. The pots are metal shaft pots on this. Like everything is built to a really high spec. Some of the changes on here is that we've gone from 8 macro knobs down to 4, but you can still access all 8 macros by simply page up, page down, very easy. If you notice, the size of the unit makes it really comfortable, so you can just use your thumb to go up and down really fast on that, and you still have all those controls. All right. Around back here, I'll show you this. So you've got pitch, gate, mod 1, mod 2, and your clock output, phono output, right, left. All right. This is electrically balanced. And then you've got your sustain pedal here, MIDI in and out DIN, USB, your power. Now if you unplug the power, you'll notice that you have a battery indicator here. So that is battery powered.
What's the average battery life?
That's still being refined, but I can say
we'll test it.
I can say for now, I've just from my own playing, I'm getting 3-4 hours out of it, and not really having any problems. I tend to use rechargeable batteries in mine.
Smart.
Yeah, so just get some rechargeable batteries and you're good to go. You can sit on the couch, it's comfortable. This underside here is a really solid metal. This is all metal here. Obviously the door is plastic, but you can see there's your battery compartment, and then close that up.
And then we have the big boy.
So yeah, before we move on to that, I just want to say, like, these keys, if you notice, the action on these keys are not like some of the competition keys. These are it really feels like a bigger keybed, even though they're small, you know.
We'll see what that sounds like.
And this is going to be $5.99.
Okay.
Okay.
Now the big boy.
Now this is 2 complete Hydra Synth engines in one. All right. So there's 2 A5 chips inside of here. They are completely separate engines running alongside each other. What that allows you to do is you have a whole new section over here that is the multi section. When you press multi, it's going to show you the display of what you're doing. So here we're in dual, so there's 2 voices are stacked directly on top of each other. I can also do a key split, and then I can select my key split like so, or I can press a button and just touch the key to set where my key split position is. I have a crossfade so that I can crossfade here. I also have independent volume control of the upper and lower patches, in addition to this balance control. So this is kind of almost like a performance control of, do I want to hear more of the upper or lower? You can just quickly change like so. In addition to that, if I hit, let's say I go here, lower, you'll notice that all the LEDs change color to match the lower. These LED colors are selectable, so if you want to make it really pretty and make all the LEDs green, you can do that. When you're in here, if you touch browse, right? So if I'm in a layer and I hit browse, I can now browse through my presets and select whatever preset I want, right? Hit exit. Now you'll see here, this upper layer is this preset. If I hit lower, browse, let's say I want, here we go. Let's say I want to go by category, and I want like an organ sound there. I can go through here, hit exit. Now I have, those patches are right there, and I can blend between them with that control. And I'm gonna go back to dual here, and that's that independent volume control right there. Your CV and gate is going to be essentially the upper layer is going to be the master layer, and then the lower layer is going to be subordinate to that. Okay, so basically this is all for upper layer here. dedicated volume control and filter cutoff resonance. This is all just like on the previous Hydra synth model, right? And you've got your filter controls here. When you're in multi-mode, this will control both. Okay, so you can be controlling 2 engines filters all at the same time. You could set your macros to be anything you want here. So if I hit macro, I can select upper, lower, or both. So let's go ahead and do that real quick. And I'm gonna show you what ends up happening here. So you'll see the little arrow, and that's indicating whether or not you're on the upper or lower layer macro. And the names will pass through. If you have the upper and lower, and they're the same name, that name will pass through and you can have it on both as well.
Okay.
So here it says both, that means I'm controlling both parameters. You can make your pitch, mod wheel, arpeggiator, ribbon control, pedals, all they can be independent or they can be controlling both layers at the same time. And you can choose which layer you're controlling. So you have complete flexibility on that. The key bed's been completely refined to allow us to do 73 notes. So it's a 73 note, semi-weighted, poly-touch, polyphonic aftertouch key bed. And then what that allows us to do is...
So how many voices is it?
16 voices in single mode, and then when you go to multi-mode, it's 2 8-voice engines.
Wow, okay. Wow, that's awesome, man. We're gonna have to hear how this sounds in a minute.
Yeah, absolutely.
What's your company name?
Stem Modular.
Stem Modular, cool. Are you showing out any new modules today, or?
Yeah, we've got, this is the newest thing that we've got here is this compare module. It's 4 separate window comparators and an oscillator that's normal to the first input, and then each input is sequentially normaled. So right now there's this oscillator is going into these 2, and then we kind of break the chain with a separate LFO that's going to the following window comparators. Yeah.
That's
so this
awesome.
is like basically a way to get some sequencing into our systems.
Okay.
Because the idea was to have kind of an all-inclusive thing that you can use for an after-school program or in a
Oh, I
classroom.
see even the boxes would. Oh,
Yep,
nice.
and then we make the box as well. There's a headphone amp inside, and there's a headphone output on either side with separate audio, with separate control for the volume. Yeah.
What about this oscilloscope? I haven't even seen this guy before.
This is actually this is a JAde Tech. It makes these really cheapo oscilloscopes. I slapped a panel on there, put some jacks on,
So
and
are
then
you selling these or no?
not selling these. No. I mean, it's sold as a part of the whole system, but that's kind of the only way that it's sold.
Cool, so you're selling the case as is?
Yep, yeah. So this is an 84 HP system that I sell. These are the wave stations. And then this is a 60 HP system.
And what's this guy? Oh, similar.
Same thing,
okay,
without the oscilloscope. Smaller. There's only a 4 HP that's left blank in this one. So this one has like room. I think technically there's 14 HP blank here, so if you want it, you can get this and then add something else. There's a power bus inside.
So what are the prices?
This one is $749, this one's $849.
Okay, yeah, not much difference.
Yeah.
Awesome, man.
So pretty approachable, pretty affordable, and then depending on the situation and the school or after school program, I do educational pricing too.
That's awesome.
Yeah. The goal is to make it accessible and try to get this stuff into more folks' hands, you know?
Cool.
You want to do like a black panels too for selling them. Right now I'm selling the LFO and the mixer. I have them for sale here in the bamboo and then also this black birch. And then this is...
So these are wood too, they're just black?
These ones here, yep, this and this. Yeah. And then...
I like the whole setup.
Thanks, yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah, I have a YouTube channel, and when I do demos, I usually have like a green background.
Nice, nice.
And so then these will be for sale in the next kind of month or so.
Sweet, man. Well, we might try to check these out. So what's new about the Easel?
Well, it's got like the new 208C. Like there was the 208, and then we upgraded it and added stuff to it. So it's got that in it. And then we redesigned the 218E keyboard so it could do more, including a strip and stuff. And then we have this new module that's an input-output module that has a variety of like sort of utility functions. And it's got a window that there's a number of things that could be in there, but we're gonna have, this one has a program manager, so you can actually, you'll be able to save presets and then play them back without having to patch everything, which is
that's nice.
And it's got a new case.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Streamlined, more square case. It's pretty cool.
Let's go check it out. That was awesome, man. Thanks, Mark. Alright, so we're here with Matt from STG Sound Labs, the guy that made a killer set yesterday. You guys saw that already. He's going to show us some new stuff that they're showing, so go ahead, Matt.
Yeah, so this is finally the, this is an iteration of the STG Sound Labs system. He's finally got a whole system together. We have all these different, like this is called the Radiophonic 3, and each one of these has kind of a different configuration, and he's finally designed it into this monstrosity here. So this patch that I've got going is these two VCOs into the Sea Devils filter, which is a Synthy clone filter, and these two VCOs are going into the Post Lawsuit filter, which is an ARP 2600 Mark III filter type. And then this envelope generator is used to clock the sequencer, and it only runs when there's a gate from the keyboard. And what else is going on? Oh yeah, this envelope is controlling the filters, this envelope's controlling the VCAs, and we have a nice stereo patch happening here. And this sequencer is being summed with the keyboard CV to so you can transpose the sequence. And that's all going through a quantizer just to make this less annoying. And then this is actually a timing control for the sequencer, so I can do...
So did he release any new modules recently, or?
Yeah, this the slice, that's a new thing. It's a window comparator thing where you can have two sources and you can move the window through them. It's a very complex thing. And the oscillators are new.
I like the aesthetics of it for sure. You don't see purple knobs every day.
He's a big Prince fan, so he's into purple.
Nice. Yeah, that sounds cool. Want to do some stuff for us?
I have a 16 unit.
Okay, here we go.
Like rack case, like gainer case. That's like this tall. hardware in it, like reversers in there, and yeah, I'm gonna sell my TRS swap X. I like the TRS. I thought it was cool, but
So you can do a swing pattern by.
And like super powerful, but I just don't like the other synths I have. I don't think you guys do the drums.
We're missing the drums now.
And the other thing, like you can't sample directly into it. You can only sample on an SD card, and then you have to unplug the samples into the hard drive. So this you can do direct sampling from your rig.
Yeah.
Yeah, the sampling on it is just a little complicated. So yeah. Yep. Yep. It's just kind of like, it just doesn't fit my workflow. I don't know, like I've had it for a year and a half, and I've performed it a few times, but it just doesn't feel right.
Yeah, that's cool, man. Well, thanks for showing us.
Oh, thank you.
Hello.
We're a streaming coalition, guild, I guess, and we do a monthly festival called Sinfest on Twitch. So people join and it's a really good community, and it helps people meet each other and listen to each other's music. That's really the focus of the Golden Shrimp Guild. It is heavily about gear, I'm not gonna lie, but it's also about listening, and that's really hard to do because getting people to listen to each other's music is very tough. We do a really good job of it though. These are normal people, not like people who have audiences pre-built in. This is Information Trade, one of our guys. He has 60 people watching him and talking and interacting right now.
That's awesome.
It's been running since Wednesday. It's going all the way through to Sunday, continuous. About 100 performers. And so I took all the performers and our regular ones. I made cards out of them. So these are trading cards. So the trading cards are all based off of Brian Eno's oblique strategies. So instead it's jam strategies.
Nice.
So you have the deck and you flip your gear on, you flip one over, and then Octopus, who's a great streamer out of Hawaii, wants you to create a deeper hidden meaning, put a little secret in the music. Or if you flip to Sid Heresy, Worship the Glitch. Or let's see, Purple Beat TV, beatbox your drum beat. So he wants you to grab a mic and beatbox your drum beat. So the idea is to get people out of what they normally bring to the table and instead have them think of someone else's idea and inject that DNA and try to find something different than they normally would do. So I have 55 cards. People who are here at Knobcon, if they come back around the table all weekend, they probably could piece together a full deck. But if they don't, then I am selling full deck for 25 bucks.
Nice, man.
Yep. All styles, all types of people who are doing things, all musical styles and all approaches.
You can get these online too?
I'm going to be selling them online after Knobcon, so they'll be for sale on Reverb. I'm going to try to get them in a few other places. They'll be for sale directly on our website, goldenshrimpguild.com.
Synthesizer trading cards.
Synthesizer trading cards.
That's awesome, man.
And then I'm probably going to advertise them in various forums on Facebook to help get the word out.
Hell yeah, man. And thank you for running the channel. This guy's running Dollars Jamming. I didn't even know. This guy's running Dollars Jamming, so thank you so much. I really appreciate that, man.
It's good to actually
I'm glad that it's in good hands. I haven't heard anything bad, so it must be going great.
Yeah.
So thanks,
there
man.
hasn't been any drama.
Awesome. New System Instruments, hello.
Hi.
What do you have going on here?
So we got a fairly simple patch going on right now. This is what I'm just releasing today. And it does a lot of function generator type of stuff. Also works as an oscillator with 5 octaves volt per octave. But right now it's set up as a filter with resonance. That's that one. This one's going as
that
oscillator.
Sounds great.
So that's that thing. This is my harmonic shift oscillator, which I've had for a while. This is available right now. This one's not until October 6th. But yeah, this has separate control over level. Can't hear it super well because it's going. But that just controls the brightness of the sound. That controls the spacing between the harmonics. So you can get inharmonic sounds.
Very nice.
with just super simple controls, right? So I mean, it's got the complexity of like a DX7 or something, you know.
Yeah,
but,
that sounds really good.
But you just have these two knobs you have to manage. You don't have to manage all these, you know, the whole algorithm and all the rest of the stuff that you get with FM Synth.
Well, thanks for showing us.
Yeah, my pleasure.